For August 2nd, 2009, this is a NewsUndies InfoThong. Sarah Palin digging at Bedrock. It appears that former Alaska Governor, and I can't tell you how happy it makes me to say that, Sarah Palin and her first dude, Todd, are calling it quits. There have been reports of affairs on both sides, which of course is a laugh and a half. Why is that so funny? Well, with all the sex scandals plaguing politicians over the last few years, and particularly Republican politicians, it's amazing to me that a woman as bright as Sarah Palin could get caught up in such a trap. Certainly, former first dude of Alaska, Todd Palin, could get bored just roaming around the governor's mansion and go looking for adventure. But Sarah? She was so busy winking and saying, "You betcha!" and putting the governor's jet up on eBay that I just don't understand how she could have had time to have an affair. I guess if you want something badly enough, you make the time. Which brings us to the undeniable, irrefutable, and unavoidable matter of hypocrisy. Politicians are people, and as such, they're subject to human failings. But they're also our leaders, and are expected, or at least hoped to be, exemplars of good judgment and behavior. They don't become our leaders by accident, or by some process that's out of their control. Oh no. They become our leaders because they kick and scratch and bite their way to the seats of power. Sarah Palin stands as a beacon of moral integrity with a formidable intellect and an iron constitution. Oh, wait. That's not her. Sarah Palin represents the belligerent confusion, whining inanity, and oblivious hypocrisy of modern America. She got where she was, because of her sassy persona, and because she's got an army of top stylists. What else would you expect from the lady who, at the age of 20, managed to pull off third place in the 1984 Miss Alaska contest? Alaska has a land area of 663,268 square miles and about 683,478 residents, half of which live in the metro Anchorage area. That's a population density of about 1 person per square mile, give or take. That's 1/5 of Montana's, and Montana is the most sparsely populated state in the 48 contiguous states. Out of those roughly 680,000 residents, less than half are female, about 48.3%, leaving 330,119 females in the state. Of those, only about 8% are of the right age to participate in the Miss Alaska beauty pageant, leaving 26,409. Of those, only about 1% are likely to be interested enough to engage in pageants at the local level, leaving around 264. 14 towns or cities have produced Miss Alaska winners since 1937, with Anchorage the clear leader and Eagle River a distant second. Assuming all 14 towns participate every year, on average, each town would produce nearly 19 contestants and 1 local winner to send on to the state competition. So, Sarah Palin probably beat roughly 18 other girls to be Miss Wasilla, got to Miss Alaska, and came in third, which is almost like boasting you're the third most loved quadruplet. From beauty pageants, she parlayed her nearly whelming popularity to become a member of the Wasilla City Council. Wasilla, a city of between 4,000 and 5,000 people at the time that she ran for office, again left her nearly the default winner. Of course, once you're on the city council, you'd have to try not to become mayor. Palin failed to try and subsequently became mayor of Wasilla in 1996. From there, she fought her way through a throng of competitor to become the chairperson of the Alaska Oil and Gas Conservation Commission. Wait, no fight. It's an appointed position. From the Alaska Oil and Gas Conservation Commission, she rocketed right up to the governor's mansion, where she did a few things and caught the eye of John McCain's running mate selection team. She didn't catch their ears or their minds, she caught their eyes. With a sassy wink and a milfy, "You betcha!" Nobody checked to see if she could form a cogent thought or a complete sentence. No one investigated her political or personal history with any diligence. She was such an awful candidate that all comedians had to do was read transcripts of her remarks on the air. Then, of course, there was the whole Bristol-Levi trip thing. Boy, that was an embarrassment for such an outspokenly Christian MILF politician. Oh, the mixed messages. Abstinence works, y'all. Lest we forget all the ethics controversies from her time as governor of Alaska. And how about the way she stayed on message and in line behind presidential nominee John McCain? Did she perceive her political goose to be completely cooked to a luscious, juicy golden brown just yet? Oh, no. After demolishing any credibility the Republican Party might have had with anyone other than the far-right Kool-Aid drinking zombies, and ruining John McCain's reputation to say nothing of her own, she went back to Alaska, occasionally, but also spent a lot of time on TV and raising money for her next political venture, whatever that might be. Then, without any prompting and for what appeared to be no cause, she resigned the governorship of Alaska. Her rambling, pointless speeches were again parodied by simply reading transcripts. One speech was so incoherent that it warranted William Shatner appearing on The Tonight Show with Conan O'Brien and reading it as beat poetry. And now this. Todd Palin, it's been reported, will be returning to his oil field job, and Sarah has secured some land in the lower 48. She has her book deal, and who knows, she may run for office in 2012. Of course, she's still defending herself against all sorts of accusations and claims from her time as governor of Alaska. It seems to some outsiders that her admitted marital infidelity will be the end of her reign as the darling of the far-right social conservatives. Perhaps, Grasshopper, the time has come for a trip to Bangkok. So now Sarah Palin, the longest-running, single self-contained political joke in U.S. history, seems to have run her course. Certainly, Palin must be unelectable as Republican dog catcher. Her political career options seem to be limited to serving as a vapid, loudmouthed pundit on Fox News. On the plus side for Palin, it probably pays better than the job the gaffinator Joe Biden won from her. Well, that's it for this NewsUndies InfoThong. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm Paul Torville. After that, my milkshake will bring all the boys to the yard.